Man, I mean, you talk about Fox News, dude. Here's another story about how Fox News is just the worst of the worst when it comes to the media. Wayne Simmons claimed to be ex-CIA and was quoted as an expert on Fox News. Prosecutors say this was a lie. So they go on to say Wayne Simmons claimed to be something of an American James Bond. On his website and in unofficial government documents, he wrote that he was a part of the CIA's, quote, outside paramilitary special operations group, end quote, and that he spearheaded deep cover operations against some of the world's most dangerous drug cartels and smugglers.
This guy has been around or hasn't been attacked for 25 years since President Reagan sent him a message. He laid quietly dormant for 25 years, and then out of the clear blue, we decide that it's time for him to go, and we drop $200 million worth of rockets on top of him. So, you know, and for what, Neil? So that we can install this enigmatic group, yet to be defined, with leadership into the Libyan Council. So I don't get it, Neil. It's absolute, utter insanity.
And what you have to drive on the point here is whatever the meritorious reasons to protect folks, whatever, then you've got to extend that to similar uprisings that are happening in the neighborhood, in Syria and Bahrain. I could go on to Yemen. I mean, the same sort of drill. Do we drill the leaders out? What do we do?
Yeah, well, and you, Neil, I think that's the crux of this entire argument. This was an arbitrary decision. Who made the decision? At what point in all of the conflict was the decision made? Why wasn't it made to protect those in sub-Saharan Africa? Why wasn't it made to protect those in Iran? Why wasn't it made? And on and on and on.
I don't know if people really understand the severity of this. I mean, here you have a guy who's been going on Fox News, who has been giving misinformation and propaganda, and apparently he's been going on other news sites, and the damage is done. I mean, he's been telling people the wrong information, and also, according to this article, he's worked for government contractors, he's worked within the military, and he's basically, what he says has been taken as something that is valid. So who knows the influence this guy could have had on national policy, on public opinion. I mean, this is huge. And the crazy, not the craziest, but one crazy part about this, out of just, this whole thing is just ridiculous. But one crazy part about this is that how you look at something like NBC and the Brian Williams situation, that became so controversial. Brian Williams and NBC. Brian Williams, apparently, we didn't find any evidence that he lied to the media, or that he lied as a journalist, but he kind of embellished when he was like being his own person. Like when he was on talk shows and on radio shows, he kind of embellished. That turned out to be one of the biggest controversies of our time. Here we have this situation with this CIA guy who's being prosecuted by federal authorities for lying about working for the CIA. And my bet is that not only will this video not get many views, but most people won't even know that this problem exists. So, I mean, why is that? Is that because Fox News, like we deep down know that Fox News is already so horrible in terms of ethics and journalistic integrity that we know it's shitty. So when something like this happens, we just don't care because we expect that. And the reason why MSNBC got all the flack they did is because we have some sort of idea or expectation of good journalism. So when they don't do good journalism, it stands out to us. Is that why we pay more attention to the NBC situation, but not this Fox News and the CIA situation? I mean, this should be huge. And the last thing I want to say about this is when it comes to the Obama administration, I mean, how many screw-ups can this administration go through in terms of the military? From the change in commanders and allowing the scandal of the commanders to get out to the public, to the Libya situation, the screw up in Libya, about the whole invasion in the first place, and then Benghazi, of course, to the proliferation of ISIS, to spies saying that the information that was coming from top officials was essentially bullshit. I mean, and then just recently, as I talked about earlier, a hospital was bombed by the U.S. and it looks like, based on an AP review, an AP investigation that's Associated Press, it looks like we knew going in when we bombed this hospital. It turns out it was a Doctors Without Borders hospital in Afghanistan, which Obama declared over, but we're still in. I mean, how many fuck-ups can we have under this administration? So I want to leave that there. Let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe, help a brother out, and I'll see you guys next time.